Is there new stuff in these UFO files that are going to curl our toes? Remember that current affair? Yeah. I just found out that show's still on. That's awesome. Well, apparently, Anthony Shaffer was talking to Current Affair, and he was saying, listen, there's stuff that we've seen, that I've seen, not man-made. There's stuff that's going to just blow people away. Are we going to see any of that stuff? I don't know. But let me play this clip, because I thought it was pretty interesting. Thank you to Skywatch for checking this out. So here it is.
The intelligences, other life forms out there trying to contact us.
Sightings from military officials, pilots, even astronauts.
Reported seeing flashes on a spacecraft at night with their eyes closed.
Secret records dating back 80 years.
Some of the folks I've spoken to say that there's things that are going to, quote unquote, curl your toes. That is so incredible.
A UFO, or as they're now called, a UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Hovering, then, in a flash, gone. This video from Syria in 2021 labelled apparent instantaneous acceleration. In waters off Iran, what looks like a UAP flyby in formation.
President Trump has finally said, look, we're just going to put it out there, which I think is the right answer, because this has been something that has been denied for far too long.
Retired US military operative Tony Shaffer has spent his career dealing in secrets.
I think we're much better off with more transparency than trying to deny the reality of which we all know exists.
Why has it been kept a secret for so long by multiple administrations?
Because they could. Because these people had the means, they had the ability to do it.
Objects which appear to defy what we know about flying.
I've seen them too. One in particular when I was in the Philippines, and it was no doubt it was something we did not make. In my own little experience, this thing was probably about a half a kilometer long. It was massive, and it was moving through the air with impunity, and with no sound, absolute silence.
So I think that's pretty interesting in general, Tony Shaffer saying. It's funny, one of the things that he says there, where he said, when she asked him, well, why have they kept it quiet? And he said, because they could. I mean, I think there's merit to that, for sure. I don't really think it really answers the question as far as more so. We've dove deep, and even your comments have dove a lot deeper into that answer. It's more so of a lot of different things, whether it's people think that there would be shock, whether it would hurt the economy, whether it would question religion, whether there's so many more, I think, deeper answers to that. It's a safer answer, but not an incorrect one, to where, yeah, they could. And they said it doesn't really matter, and that's it. Now, the other reason why they've been able to keep it quiet for so long, at least in my opinion, one of the things is the social media aspect didn't really exist as strongly as it has over the last 10 years, and why there's been a heavier push for it over the last at least 5 years. And now it's almost like cool for the people in politics to talk about it now. It was a thing that if you talked about it in politics 15 years ago, it could sink your political career. Now it could escalate it. So there's more and more people out there that are getting behind that because they know how big of an audience or a following or interest that there is. There's a reason that when that stupid site was set up of aliens.gov, that so many people flocked to it, and how many people have visited these other sites to get information, because the interest is there. So there's also an interest politically to say, hey, if this is a topic people really care about and we can get them on board with us, if we release things, talk about things, let's just do it in a particular way. Now, hearing what he said in the beginning, there's things that'll curl your toes and all of that. I mean, how many times have you heard that? You heard that from Burchett. You've heard that from tons of people. It's just a matter of whether or not they're going to actually release any of that stuff. And if you listen to, even speaking of Burchett, what he said recently, that, the Trump administration is getting blocked on certain aspects. Or I just feel that it's not necessarily a huge priority because of the comment that was made. I don't know, it was like 3-4 days ago, 5 days, I can't remember. But when they were talking about the the files and the website and all that, and Trump was like, I didn't think people were going to be interested in it. And it's one of the most popular things. And it's like, if you don't think people are going to be interested in this thing, then you're not really interested in it. You're just doing it to say, fine, they're pressuring me to do this, and let's see, maybe it'll get a laugh. So, do you really care about it, or is I don't know, but I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody to do things that are outside of self gain, and that's potentially what this could be, which doesn't mean that there won't be stuff that comes out of it because of the self-gain. But there's only so much that you can do with the same repetitive kind of vicious circle, right? Like if you look at I mentioned the hearings. The same hearing, the same hearing over and over again. The good news is that what they've been trying to do, and at least it's been getting up the chain a little bit more, is the protection for whistleblowers. The things that seem to be why aren't they doing this conversation a year ago seem to be the conversation inside of the people who are willing to get that to be a conversation. So that can be an encouraging thing when you look at it. And they should indeed get protection for whistleblowers and let the firsthand witnesses come through and have a hearing that changes the conversation in the way that the 2023 hearing did. But you're not going to have a 2027 or 2026 hearing with the same type of shit. Well, we saw some pilots who saw some stuff and chased some stuff. There's a guy that worked in the program and he knows other people who've seen these things firsthand. No, you got to have everything of all those files that you've been keeping quiet, have people speak about it. There's been various people who said they testify in front of Congress. Let them do it. Let them have the conversations. Let's see. I still don't understand to this day why Burleson said that he wouldn't have, it wasn't Lukatsky. Was it Lukatsky? I think he said Lukatsky, that he wouldn't have, that there was no reason for Lukatsky to testify, because they heard everything that he had already said on podcasts or whatever, or it was him and it was Stratton, maybe, that he was talking about. I can't remember, one of the two, maybe both. I think that's lunacy. If you can bring in Schellenberger to talk at a hearing, a reporter, nothing against him, he's a reporter. What the hell's he doing testifying? I don't give a shit what Lukatsky said or Stratton said on podcasts. Let him say it in a hearing. That to me was, I couldn't believe that. What the hell? What are you talking about? Let those guys talk. Let them discuss. Protect them. Get them whistleblower protection. That's what Lukatsky said in one of the other hearings. So, we're going to curl our toes? I don't know. We'll see. What's the next batch? Second batch was similar to the first. Just conversation. Didn't really get as many headlines as the first one because that's what's going to happen. You get more blurry video. And even said I'm sick of blurry videos and other things too. Let's go. Are we here? I don't know. Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Are we going to see any toe curling stuff? Curious. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, do all that and more. Thanks for being here. By the way, I'm going to see Disclosure Day on Thursday morning. So I'll probably do, on my other channel, I do these out of the theater reactions for other pop culture movies. I'm probably going to do an out of the theater reaction for the movie on my pop culture channel, but I'll probably do one a little bit more specifically catered to the UAP topic alone on this channel too. So look out for that. That's going to be on Thursday. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.